subreddit because it's just like right up my alley, and it gives a lot of people good information about how to, you know, change doses or how to maybe take some cofactors to make nootropics work for them. And that's what this is about. A guy that says nootropics aren't working. I think this is an interesting post. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan. I am your nootropics information wizard. A couple things. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cortexstacks. And check us out on the web, livecortex.com/blog, for a lot of information on nootropics, to include all of our podcasts and a lot of our videos. We've got some specials on product. Let me run through them real quick. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic products.
All right, number one, we've got a nootropic stack, and it's awesome. It's one of those stacks that you take if you just want everything to turn on. You know, it's funny because like in our consulting service, we treat people, treat isn't really not the word, we help people to get over certain things that have to do with brain fog, and in some cases it's like adrenal fatigue. And when people start taking adrenal glandular, it's like adrenal cortex supplements, they start to have like significant mental energy. Like everything comes back and they totally want to be productive. That's what Cortex does, and that's what we intended for it to do. It just lights you up. Right now, coupon code 7, this is the number 7, get you Cortex for 25 bucks. We just launched, last thing before we get into this video, we just launched StackList. StackList is the combination of all of the nootropic stacks from all of our digital books. It's no bullshit. There's nothing else in there. It's just a bunch of stacks. Modafinil, uridine, theacrine, tyrosine, all the racetams, everything you can think of. It's downloadable by StackList right now at livecortex.com. Download it and have the most amazing stacks in the world at your expense. Okay, so the nootropic subreddit thread is titled "Nootropics Not Working." And look, I mean, people run into this all the time, and there's various reasons for that. We wrote about it in Smarter, Better, Faster, our other digital book. Like, that's what you get if you're new to nootropics. And it kind of teaches you why. Because, like, over the course of my time, my tenure in taking nootropics, look, I've had plenty of times where I didn't respond to certain nootropic compounds. In the beginning, I was like, oh, well, these compounds probably just aren't right for me or something. But then I realized, like, the brain and getting things to work is super complex. I mean, sometimes your digestion is slow, so the absorption of the compound into your intestines and therefore into your bloodstream is slow. So you got to look at all that. Like after consuming a lot of alcohol, if you've got a pretty crappy hangover, nootropics are there's a delay. I don't know why that happens, but there's a delay in how they start to affect you. It may have to do with the liver and processing the nootropics. Anyway, here's the thread. I tried a bunch of nootropics and none of them worked for me. Now I find hard to believe that any of them work. That's the wrong perspective, and we'll explain that. Things I've tried: B-complex, D3, Bacopa monnieri, ginkgo, tryptophan, tyrosine, creatine monohydrate. I tried them all at recommended doses. I have depression, my memory recall is going haywire because of this, blah, blah, blah. So he just basically goes on to say a whole bunch of the same more things. Well, first of all, you only tried Bacopa monnieri, which is not a very acutely, you know, sort of effective nootropic compound. It's kind of like more of it works on axons and dendrites over time and helps you to develop better memory over time. Ginkgo is not all that stimulatory. It improves cerebral blood flow. It helps release a couple neurotransmitters, so that's not going to be all that noticeable. The only one here that would be tyrosine. And some people just won't respond to tyrosine for one reason or another, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. We don't know the doses, so we have no idea. But for this particular case, as you might imagine, I'm going to say, look, you got to try a gram of oxiracetam with 70 milligrams of CDP choline. You know, alternatively try the Mr. Happy stack. Alternatively try the Cortex stack. You know, alternatively try, see if we can sort of pinpoint. He's got depression and anxiety symptoms. He doesn't say he's been on any pharmaceutical compounds over the last year, so I'm not really sure what might be causing any of that stuff. But yeah, look, you've got to try Alcar at 500 milligrams. You know, a simple stack if you're not responding to nootropics is 500 milligrams of Alcar, 100 milligrams of theacrine. Go from there, see where you're at. You know, if none of that stuff works, you know, shift to the Afinils. Like, you know, get some modafinil if you can get it prescribed to. It's a prescription-only compound. If you're in the United States or in Canada, you can ship this to too. Then try Adrafinil. It's a legal supplement. It's legal. And it basically converts to modafinil once your liver processes it. And so, you know, then if you run through all those things and you haven't gotten a response from nootropics, which that's gonna be hard to believe. Like all the stuff I just suggested, probably gonna get responses from, and if none of that definitely a modafinil and definitely a Drafenil. And if you haven't, then you have to look at, what is causing your fatigue, what is causing your depression, what is causing your anxiety. Because in a lot of cases, I don't know the mechanism for this, but the brain kind of just won't let things work if there's other things going on. Again, going back to the adrenal fatigue thing, we've dealt with people that have adrenal fatigue, chronic fatigue syndrome, these kind of things, and they can't get nootropics to work for them because it's like the brain, like their metabolism is so jacked, there's stuff going on, the brain is in a bad place. It can't be optimized anyway until you fix whatever problem's going on. That gets a little deeper and that gets more complex. If you need my help, people in this situation, if you need my help personally, we have a consulting service on this. We can sort of help you to fix the issue and then get nootropics to work for you. But that's my general take on it. Okay, thanks so much for listening. Remember the Cortex stack, coupon code 7, just the number 7, gets you Cortex for $25 right now. If you want a list of all of our nootropic stacks that we have synthesized in all of our digital downloadable books, we just launched StackList. We'll have the commercial for StackList right at the end of this video. It is super awesome. Buy it at livecortex.com. In fact, here is the commercial. Talk to you soon.